Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Moses Kotane Institute Virtual Lecture on Friday. This is a 30-minute lecture that seeks to introduce you into different domains or update you in various sectors and activities that take place around us. Today's lecture is focusing on the safety and security that is being enhanced through drone monitoring and remote live streaming. And joining us today is Mr. Andile Vilakazi, who is a co-founder of Drone Eye Technology. He holds a bachelor degree in environmental management and majoring in botany. He is a certified drone pilot who has flown drones, has been flying drones for a very long time and for a lot of hours. He is qualified in aviation security, dangerous goods, crew resource management, and very, very long profile of certificates which are related to drone monitoring and drone technology. So one of the outstanding things about Mr. Vilakazi is that he won the 8th annual UNISA Student Research and Innovation Showcase competition. He also participated in lots of international student exchange programs and visited various countries, including the recent one in France, where he went to different universities there with regards to drone technology. That really had a lot of impact into his company and also in broadening his networks with regards to drone technology and also to enhancing the company Drone Eye Technology projects. Mr. Vilakazi, welcome to Moses Kotane.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. First and foremost, I would like to relay my gratitude to Moses Kotane Institute for giving me this opportunity to share what I've been involved in. And I always say we all learners and we all educators. Hence, we are taking this lecture today. I hope it will be beneficial to everyone that is participating and being part of this initiative. Thank you. Okay. I'll basically start. My name is Andile Vilakazi. I've been introduced. I won't go much about myself. I'm just an ordinary citizen who like to do extraordinary things in the space of aviation. So I started with my partner. I started Drone Eye Technology. Our slogan is solutions from the sky, because we are looking at offering bird's eye solution. So our mission is to provide real-time aerial surveillance and drone support to our clients. Our aim is to push boundaries of safety, lifting security, efficiency to new heights, and opening more possibilities to the future of drone technology in security. And our vision is to ensure that our community are secured and safe and safety and safe, because we have seen that due to high rates of unemployment, there has been a lot of criminal activity where the people's lives are put in danger. So the problem that we had identified is the growing civil unrest, the mayhem that has hit our two provinces, KZN and Gauteng, in the past few months, where we saw a lot of people lost their lives and the businesses were looted and people lost their jobs. And with that, the idea came about to employ drone technology in order to support the ground personnel. So we want to be part of the rebuilding of our economy through using this kind of technology. The other problem is the limited capacity of static cameras and ground security personnel. So we have known that throughout the years, static cameras has been used, but they are not reliable, as one can be able to manipulate them. And also when there is load shedding, as you all know, we're experiencing a lot of load shedding through ESCOM, and these static cameras, they are not able to do what they are supposed to do. So that also creates another gap in terms of limiting the capacity of security. And one thing probably I can add is the untrained security officers or officers that will take bribes, so that anything that is planned to happen, it happens as it planned without anyone get accountable. So those are the challenges. And also security officers are always in the harm's way, facing heavily armed criminals. So that actually puts their lives in danger, because the first person that is being targeted, if an area or a building or a property is being attacked or under attack, is the security officer. So now with this, we are ensuring that even security officers are safe. So the solution is the solutions, obviously, drone can be deployed quicker and provide accurate assessment than human, because now they subjective to human. You'll find that a person is fatigued, the person is probably hungry, probably under drugs or anything that can actually handle the ability of that person to carry their work. So now, if you employ drones, now you're taking some work off their shoulders, and then they'll be able to always awake as far as to carry out their jobs. Okay, a drone also provide remote surveillance to support security personnel at a least cost. You remember during 2010, the helicopters and the cameramen were the thing. So now we're in the 21st century, where we employ drones, and they're also very quick to deploy. Only thing that you need to do is to apply for flexible use of space with air traffic services, so that they are aware that you will be operating a drone. So when you apply for that, you go to their website, you say probably if you're gonna work the whole day, so the whole day is like 12 hours, so you apply for 13 hours just in case. And then you put in your flight plan, that where you're gonna fly, how many feet you're gonna be flying in the air, and all of that, and then they accept. So then when you start flying, you send a message of departure, and then you start your work. So anytime during that 12 hours, you can take off and also land, but you also need to communicate with other people that are using the airspace, like your small aircraft and your helicopter, so that you'll be aware that someone will be operating in this vicinity for this long. And then at the end, you also close your flights by sending them the message saying you have departed. So also looking at the aerial footage can be used in a court of law. I remember during the civil unrest, one of the television news, they tried to use drones to actually capture the damage that was happening during the looting. But at night they used the wrong mode. They were supposed to use thermal cameras. They used a normal camera, of which the footage was very dark, and no one could see what was happening. So these are the things that we looked at, and then we try to improve moving forward. So our target market segment is the security companies, because they already have the security office center with screens where we will be able to do drone monitoring, and remote live streaming. So I will get into that in a bit. And also we looked at major properties owners, like I know Itala is the second property owner, is the second biggest property owner in KZN. And also we're looking at the universities because there has been a number of incidents that are happening within the university. So we want to support the security personnel in that regard. Our business model, so we will look at the fixed term contracts from 6 to 12 to 24 or 36, special operation with fixed fees and daily rates, once-off event where we'll be involved in planning, execution, and reporting. And also in the future, we're looking at data analytics and also machine learning and artificial, which is now taking a toll in this industry. So the research basically was motivated by what happened in KZN, especially the civil unrest that happened in June, if I'm not mistaken. So we partnered with Bowline Security to actually look at this very close to see what can we improve, what are the loopholes within the traditional surveillance of using drones. Because now what is happening is you insert an SD card in a camera. So you'll have your drone, and then you have a camera which is a Zemus H20T, which has a SD slot, and then you fly a drone. You take pictures, you take videos. You have option to zoom in and zoom out if you see any suspicious activity, so that you get that close-up view. And then you land. After landing, you have to take out this USD card, insert it into your laptop, and then it's where you share your information with the client. So you can see now there's a lot that can happen between the time you have landed and the time you're trying to share this information. So now the criminals or any criminal activity can happen within that space of time. So that is why we looked at this hypothesis where we said safety and security made better through drone monitoring and live streaming directly linked to Baldwin Security Office Center. So here are the traditional drone surveillance. So you will have your micro SD card, and then the micro SD card slot in the camera, and that's the camera I was talking about. So the problem that is being faced by this traditional drone surveillance throughout the country is that there is a delay in sharing data, slow and time-consuming activity, subjective and human error, and also if the chip of your SD card is damaged, so that means the flight was a waste because there is no there will be no information that will be saved. So what did we do? What did it do with Bowline Security? We chose two sites. One site was in Mokalabuena in Limpopo, and the other one is their offices in Durban, Lucia. So we flew a drone. I'll share that footage shortly. So we flew, and then that information was relayed in real time into their office center, so that now increase the chances of identifying any criminal activity, because there are a lot of people that now are involved here. So a person that is looking at the screens will also identify what a drone pilot failed to identify during the flight. So that increases the reliability, or it makes sure that the use of drones now are being beneficial into our into our security space. So I would like to, okay. So this was our remote live streaming. I'm sorry, I'm trying to I'm trying to play this video. Just a moment. So it was successful in a way that we used AnyDesk app, and there are other. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry about that.
Not a problem. You can continue.
Oh, okay. So what we basically did was showcasing that with drone monitoring and live streaming is possible in terms of ensuring the safety of our communities, the safety of the properties, because should anything happen or should any criminal activity planned, it affects our economy in a very bad way, of which we are still recovering. So we actually wanted to be part in rebuilding this economy. So no, it seems like it does not want to play. So I will continue. So the equipment used, we used a Mavic 2 drone, we used a laptop, and then we used AnyDesk app. We can also use a Norma Server app, which also able to live stream that flight that you are doing to any or a security center. So here it was a security that were looking at the deliveries that were done in one of the mines. So this is visual using DJI's News 820 camera, which has the option to zoom in and zoom out. So as you can see here, actually this is supposed to be a video, so I'm failing to play it, but yeah, it shows that the use of drones are very important to support the on-the-ground personnel, because you can see in this photo the drone was at altitude of 65 meters, but now you are given an option to zoom and see what is actually happening. You can zoom up and get the number plate and also the disc of the car. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what have I done.
You may proceed, Mr. Vilarazi. Are you having trouble?
Pardon?
You may proceed.
No, I don't know what have I done. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay, so sorry about that. And also there is a thermal camera which can be used for night visual, because now if you're gonna use the same model camera, you won't see anything. All you can see is lights that are reflecting into your camera. But now if you use this thermal camera, it makes life easier. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for. Yeah. So now it does not go. I cannot move to the next slide. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to move to the next slide now. Oh, here. So this is actually a thermal camera where you can see those are two people that were running. So they were able to be caught, and then that information was relayed to the security personnel on the ground, and they were able to to be actually caught on what they were trying to do. They were actually coming to steal oil, but they failed. So now drones can tell you, because if you ascend more than 120 meters in the sky, so you cannot see a drone because it's very small, but you can be able to use drone to zoom to see everything that is going on the ground. So that is one of the advantages of drones. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that, yeah, that is the end. But I would like to share the findings of this kind of exercise that we did. It showed that this system can support firefighters, where you can employ a drone first to check if there is any need for further intervention, like to see how dangerous or what equipment that need to be used, looking at the kind of the situation when the building is burning. So drones can come and evaluate that, and then you can send people so that they can be safe. And also it can be linked to South African police services, which you have seen in most cases. They always face armed criminals, and then they end up losing their life. But now if you have a drone can be able to detect such threats and danger, and then you're able to communicate to them, no guys, this is the approach you can use as far as the mission is concerned. And also it is more beneficial to security companies, because they are also cannot see everything. What they can actually observe is what is being displayed by static cameras, and it's what they can see with their naked eye. Other than that, they also endanger us. But now if you put in the drone technology, you now decrease the risk. I thank you very much for this opportunity. I remain at your disposal for any further question or engagement. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Vilakazi. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Andile Vilakazi from the Drone Eye Technology, sharing with us safety and security made better through drone monitoring and remote live streaming. Mr. Vilakazi, I have a couple of questions here. One of them is asking if there are any shortcomings or any loopholes that you have identified from the traditional drone surveillance. Another one is asking, why do you think drones are a solution to the problems of safety and security in our country? If we can tackle those, I will continue with others. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I will go back to my previous slide. So the problem with traditional drone surveillance is that there is a delay in sharing of data, and also it's slow and time consuming. So and also subjective and human error is also a problem. And also when you look at a damaged chip cannot save information, and also if it gets corrupted, you cannot get information. So it means the flight that you are doing will be compromised. But now if you're doing remote drone monitoring and remote live streaming, so that information in real-time data is being relayed directly to the security office center, of which it makes sense because now everyone is on the same page with what is happening during that flight in real time. And also drone technology are the future because they have different application that can be used. So you can use them for security purposes, you can use them for survey purposes, you can use them for agriculture to actually detect the pest infestation, and also you can use them to help track people's move using artificial intelligence.
Well, thank you so much for that. Just for my information, how are the skills in this domain, especially with regards to somebody sitting at home, very interested in aviation? where can they go? Are there any institutions that are providing such trainings, and also are there any short courses that one can take? How do I tap into the aviation space, specifically for the drones?
Okay, so it's a, unfortunately I will have to say this, it's a industry which is being monopolized by certain privileged individuals, and most people, especially black people, are only as being good as being drone pilots. If you want to start your own business, then you are at your own. So it's very tricky to be in this industry, but it's doable because one has managed to enter into this space. There are schools, but they're all based in Johannesburg. I will share with you the link which have all the schools. But now even the prices are being inflated. Like I've said, it's an industry for privileged certain individual. But now we have TITA, so Transport Education Training Authority, which also now and then put up bursaries for individuals to do their remote pilot licenses and also do their beyond visual line of sight rating through the funds that they provide. So if you actually want to join this industry, you also need to visit more into this TITA website to check all the opportunities that they've presented. But one needs to be very patient. I'm sure things will change, and also our South African Civil Aviation Authority will ease the regulations to allow the small players to play as well.
All right, no, thank you for that guidance. And then one last question, also still from my side. I do not see any further questions from the audience. What about the authenticity of the data or of the pictures, I can say media that you capture using the drones? For instance, you made example of the unrest. Is that data acceptable at the court of law? Don't you need to advise whoever you are taking pictures or videos of that they are being recorded? Or just thinking in terms of, for instance, when you are driving, they need to advise you beforehand that they're taking your pictures or they're taking video of you for that evidence to be acceptable at the court of law. So with regards to drones, are there any problems that you have encountered in terms of the acceptance of that digital evidence at the court of law?
Okay. No, okay. So, okay, I'll start with if you're gonna now advise people that you'll be taking pictures. So now it defeats the purpose of actually flying the drone, because what you want to do is to capture what can transpire during whatever activity is happening. And secondly, if you are certified by South African Civil Aviation to fly, and you also have a remote operating certificate, which will come out with a OPSPEC. OPSPEC will say these are the feats that you can fly in this vicinity. You can do beyond visual line of sight. So it's giving you the permission to fly. And also in that sense, you also need the owner's permit. So if it's a mall, you need a permit from the board of the mall to say no, you'll be flying. So now you can take anything if you get you can take any videos and pictures if you get permission from those people, because now we are within their property, so they have a right to take pictures from you. In terms of also when you're assisting SAPS, so I assume you will be in the public space. When you're in public space, SAPS has also a right to limit the human rights in terms of safety, because now they can fly drones anywhere because their main purpose or objective is to ensure that our community are safe. So, but there are limitations that if you're doing it for as a hobby. So within your within the perimeters of your yard, you need to ascend not beyond the tallest object within your yard. So if it's a tree, you cannot go over the tree. If it's a wall, you won't go over the wall. So those are the limitations to protect the next person. But when it comes to safety, you need a civil aviation authority approval, and also the approval from the owner of the property. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Andile Vilagazi, for all the mouthful and for all the knowledge that you've shared with us. We just ran over a minute on our time. Thank you so much for the presentation and for all the knowledge that you've shared with us today.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for technical glitch that had happened, but thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate. I can be contacted in my details, andinefilagazi@gmail.com, and also I'm trying to get to that last slide. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, here's my details. Andilefilagazi 0767411904 andilefila@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vilagazi. You enjoy yours too. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Andile Vilagazi from Drone Eye Technology, sharing with us safety and security made better through drone monitoring and remote live streaming. As you've heard him, we're all learners and educators in this industry. Gone are those days when we were using cameras, physical cameras. We went down to smartphones. Now we're flying it over the trees. So if you are staying at home, not sure what to do, especially in these times of COVID-19, this is one of the things that you can involve your kids in, but make sure that you follow the precautions that were mentioned by Mr. Vilagazi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Join us again next week, same time. We'll be discussing another exciting topic as always. Thank you.
Thank you.